From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
They might have been walking on water if it was any colder. We're talking again about monster storm system just up to the north of us. And this is a storm system that came through with showers started last night. And then we had rain and thunderstorms during the early morning hours, about 3 o'clock in the morning to about 8 o'clock. A lot of rain, thunder, lightning going on. And then that continued to move. We ended up with tornadoes and tornado warnings across the Arklatex area. Snow up to the north, wrapping around. It was miserable. I have to share with you what it's like just up to the north because it was something else. In fact, a lot of winter weather showing up in that area. In fact, it was so cold and wintry. This is a look from my cousin who is up in south central Nebraska. They couldn't see the road, so one of them was walking to make sure they didn't drive off into a ditch. And so it was miserable. It's not going to be that bad here, but just to give you an idea, we're in a lot better shape. And that's another good reason maybe not to be in Nebraska this time of year. That storm system, though, responsible for really cold air, and that's just hitting our area right now. It's not bitter cold, but it is wintry type cold. And the real bitter cold is off in eastern Canada, also around the Hudson Bay, northern Hudson Bay area, and then that pushes off to the east in Greenland. We're going to just keep an eye on what's going on up here, but so far, yeah, that's really cold, but it's not a massive cold area. The problem we have is, yes, that snow's wrapped around, and so that colder air is coming in back behind it. All the rain and storms have been cut off, and so we have a dry patch here. And the mild air is just off in the southeast part. The cold air is rolling on in now. Our temperatures were in the 50s. They've dropped down in the 40s just in about the last 20 to 30 minutes. And of course, January so far has been awesome. There's only been one day that's been below normal. And so the average high has been right around 60 degrees, third warmest on record. But now with our new forecast, not much is going to be above normal. So get ready for a big change in the weather. Tonight, that change is just starting to happen. The winds are blowing out of the northwest now to west to northwest, and we're at 47 degrees, 60% humidity. Colder air by morning. It's not terrible cold, but it's just a change. And so we're in the 40s now, and by morning we'll be down into the 30s, and that will be something we'll be dealing with. We're sitting in the upper 20s to low 30s now, and the blue arrows indicate that northwesterly wind. So the wind gusts have been just kind of blowing and going for a while. We have some wind gusts around 30 miles per hour now. And so tomorrow morning, we'll be down around 30. Doesn't sound bad, but then you throw in the wind, and then the wind chills will be in the teens and low 20s. And if you're in southeastern parts of our area, you'll be in the mid to upper 20s, kind of balmy, comparatively speaking. Anyway, you'll just have to change your wardrobe because it is going to be colder. And then Thursday afternoon, we're looking for highs in the 40s. That's a far cry from the low 60s that we were today. But we'll also have a northwest wind of 10 to 20 miles per hour. So there isn't any real big part of tomorrow that's going to be warm by any stretch of the imagination. We're even colder on Friday morning. We'll be down generally in the 20s to around 30. A few clouds off to the south keep us around 32 at McAllister. We have sunshine on Friday afternoon. This will probably be the best of the rest. There will be hardly any wind, a lot of sunshine, and low to mid 50s at best, but that's still not bad at all. Then here comes the new storm system. They'll be starting to knock on the door in the morning and on Saturday. Saturday during the day, there's a chance of sprinkles, showers, and kind of cold rain. We'll be in the 40s, so we're not going to go anyplace fast. And you see that blue, that is snow up to the north. That will wrap around, and some of that could be in the Tulsa area and areas from Tulsa to the southeastern Kansas as we go through early Sunday morning before that moves on out. So then we'll be in the 40s on Sunday afternoon. That'll get you into your weekend. Precipitation chances will be for Saturday evening or Saturday afternoon, ending early Sunday morning. A little winter mix now, showing up a little bit higher chances on Tuesday with snow, and maybe by Friday we'll have a chance of snow as well. These storm systems are lined up, and each storm system that goes a little bit farther south has a little bit better chance of winter weather. So our Tuesday storm system, that shows a lot of white around here, as long as it doesn't look like my cousins in Hastings, Nebraska. All right, forecast is looking for big coats in the morning. It'll be windy, it'll be cold, and temperatures are expected to be running generally in the 40s, and we're talking about by afternoon still in the 40s. And the extended forecast right now is going to be cold, except for Friday, and then we'll be in the 40s to low 50s, and mostly in the 40s for next week with a few showers Tuesday, and again on Friday. That's a look at the weather. Time for some sports. Jonathan.